guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since you've seen this face. I know. So today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me and talk about PV at the same time. So as you all know, I just had my freshman year. Thank God it's over. I wasn't able to do a lot of videos and stuff because I was having a little time or trouble balancing school and YouTube, so I just stopped for a minute, but I'm going to try harder, and I think this is the beginning of it. So let's get started. So the first thing I normally do is take some baby wipes and clean my face, or I just wash my face, but I washed my face this morning, so I'm just going to use baby wipes to clean my face. So yeah, I'm going to be using this mirror. Usually when I do my makeup, I use like a little mirror right in front of me. And sorry about the lighting. When I do my makeup, I usually open the window to have a little bit of natural light, because let's just say I have learned from my past mistakes that you might want to do that, because you might be looking fine and cute inside your house, and then you walk outside and you are a totally different color. So I will start with my primer. So I usually start with a matte primer from Wet n Wild, and I just apply that all over my face. So y'all, I was a freshman this past school year. Technically for me, it's over. Like, this school year is over because I have taken my last final, so it's time for summer. And yeah, my summer started already. So okay. So I know some people use brushes, but I'm just gonna use my hand and just apply it. So this summer, oh yeah, let me first start with telling you my major and stuff. I am a nursing major. Yes, I know it sounds very cliche for PV because like almost everybody is a nursing major at PV, but I promise you, I'm not one of those. I'm a nursing major, and I took a lot of science classes. Okay, my first semester I took 13 hours, and then my second semester I took 18 hours. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about it. So I like to put a little bit more primer on my nose because I sweat like crazy. It gets shiny after a while. Then yeah. So I put that on my nose and I'm all primed up. This year was crazy. Basically because my first semester was fun. It was nice and cool. My second semester was short because ding ding ding, you guessed it, COVID-19. So I am going to go ahead and put some Vaseline on my lips because I don't really like putting Vaseline on my lips because I put my foundation over my lips sometimes. But I'm gonna take a little bit off. I just need it. I need it moist enough so it doesn't dry out. But I'm gonna be putting my foundation over my lips. So sometimes I do this vice versa. Sometimes I start with my foundation and then do my eyebrows, or sometimes I do my eyebrows and then do my foundation. But today I'm gonna start with my eyebrows. So I use this little eyebrow. It has the little eyebrow brush, and then it has the little pencil. So yeah. So yeah, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Okay, so I started at PV in the fall, and it was fantastic. I'm just gonna tell you a couple things you need to know about PV. So PV, before I went to PV, I had a lot of, actually I was gonna go to HCC, but let's just say there was a lot of heads in the matter. So I had a lot of advice from different people telling me, you know, they're just trying to sway me and stuff. There are people who supported my supported me going to ACC, talking about it's a great money saver and stuff. So I was like, okay, cool, that's great, right? That's the goal. We're trying to save money. And some people were like, oh, a 4-year university, that's the way to go. And I was like, okay, you know what? That makes sense too. So let's just cut the story short. I went to PVAMU. Go Panthers. So I went to PV, and at first it was very overwhelming because I had heard a lot of negative things about HBCUs. So I was determined not to like PV. Let's just say that. Very determined not to like PVAMU because I was like, okay, my plan was to transfer out of PV after my first year or my first semester because of everything that I have heard. So that was the plan that I was going to. I was going to transfer to Texas State or go back to HCC and figure out what I wanted to do with my life and just do all that. So when I first got there, didn't know anybody. My best friend and I, we decided to go to school together. We thought it was going to be a great idea. I mean, it was a great idea. Like, it brought us much more close together. So we went to school together. She's an accounting major. I'm a nursing major. So we couldn't take a lot of classes together. Actually, we didn't take any classes together. That was a bummer. So we're like, okay, that's not the end of the world. We still get to see each other every day. So we went to orientation. So the first week before everybody else comes back, that's before school starts. That's called, I think, Panther Camp. That's what it's called for incoming freshmen. So, for my eyebrows or my concealer, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. concealer. I do not know. It's in the number 23191. It's called Apricot Beige. I really didn't care about the color. I just needed something light. So it was fun. She lived off campus because PV ran out of dorms for freshmen. So she had to live off campus. Apparently we were the largest class they ever had. So freshmen were everywhere. So we were like, okay, that's cool, we guess. We still got to see each other, so it wasn't as bad. I met her roommate, who later became my friend. So it's like we were all cool and stuff. So it wasn't no big deal. We just wanted to be friends. You know, we didn't know anyone, so we all became friends. So PV is a very small campus. If you ever been there, I feel like the first thing about PV that you should know is it's a very small campus. So yeah, they basically showed us everything. And yeah, it was fun and tiring, and we had to learn dances and shuffles. The PV shuffle was fun. I'm just really sad that I never learned it. I was really lazy. I'm not even, oh my god, why do I keep dropping stuff? That's why I don't really drop stuff like this. I never learned the shuffle because at the end of the week I got tired and I was like, I'm not doing this. So I never learned the shuffle, but it's a pretty nice shuffle. So every class gets their own shuffle, and at I think every event, you have to perform your shuffle, the games, pepper rallies and stuff. We don't really have pepper rallies, but hopefully we had one last semester. I think we were the first. It happened to our first year, which was cool. So I'm going in with my foundation. So yeah. So it was really fun. So the first thing I did when I first got there after Panther Week was join organization. I had a plan. I was going to join different organizations. I'm using a beauty blender. I'm not using a brush. I stopped using a brush for a while now. I was going to join organizations and build my resume. That was my plan. I already had the plan. I was going to join different organizations. I was going to be, it was going to be fun because I was going to do it with my friends. I know you're going to say this is dark, but it's not really dark. Just wait. Just wait till it dries. So I was going to wait till all my friends joined and then join on my organization. That's what I was going to do. And then eventually, none of my friends joined the organization that I wanted to join at first. I joined the first week there. I applied to be a Panther Aide. It's for the Student Government Association. It's just like you get like a figure in the organization, and then you just shadow them. So that's what I basically did my first year. And then I joined the ASA dance team. I basically joined for fun, but I ended up liking it. So I just went to the audition with my friend who wanted to join. And we're like, this is going to be fun. We're going to have fun and it's going to be great. And if we don't get picked, that's cool. But we got picked, and we were like macho confused. We were like, what? Well, what's going on? We didn't plan for this. We never planned to get picked for the organization. It was so shocking. But we got picked and we decided to do it. Two of my friends, my best friend and her roommate who joined with me, they dropped out for reasons that will not be named. But one of my other friends decided to stay. Thank God, because I did not want to be the only one there. So I met two other people that are one of my closest friends now, and we've just been kicking it. So organization was key. I got to put that in my resume. The one thing I will tell you is PV has a lot of job fair. I don't know about other universities, but they have like 3 or 4 like job fairs every semester. So I guarantee you're going to need a resume. You're going to need a resume, and join a club. It's going to look good on your resume. So I joined, not a club, I don't know why I keep saying club. Join an organization. It's going to look good on your resume, like really good. So I'm done with my foundation now. I know it looks a little dark, but now I'm going to go in with my concealer. Where is this bag? So I joined 4 organizations. I joined SGA, ASA dance team, and I joined the Wesley Foundation. It's a religious group. I wanted to still be, I come from a Christian home. I still wanted to have that. And I actually joined their e-board for the Wesley Foundation. It was so amazing. My friend, the president of the ASA club actually dragged me there. Not dragged me, but he kept on pestering me. He became my friend, and he just kept on telling me, "Ita, you should join." And I was like, okay, cool. And I did. That's another way to make friends. Join an organization. Please don't let my methods scare you. So I did. I joined all those 4 organizations. Now I know some people are going to say it's a little overwhelming. How did I do it all? Yeah, it was overwhelming. It was like, I think I did more than I could handle, but at the same time, I handled it as well as I possibly could. It was fun. I got to meet a lot of new people. Most of my friends were from the organization. So that was it. I'm telling you, at PV, it's really small. Like, my friends were basically in all those same organizations. Like, I wouldn't say there's not much to do, because PV has they have this reputation of being a party school. And one thing I'm going to say is all schools are party schools. Like, all of them. But PV don't have that much parties. You have to really, like, look for parties at PV to find it. Because I was shook. Because when I got there, and people keep saying, oh, PV is a party school, PV is a party school. I'm like, where's it? Where are the parties? I don't see anything. Now, come homecoming, PV knows how to party. I'll give them that. They know how to throw a party. Like, the parties at PV were just crazy. So that was one of my fun times at PV. So I already talked about organizations, talk about friends. And now I'm going to talk about parties. Very easy to get carried away with all the fun and all the parties. So I didn't go to a lot of parties, but I went to like multiple kickbacks with my friends. So at first I didn't even know what kickbacks were until I went to college. So when I went to my first kickback, I was like, this is a party. Like, this is a party. What are you talking about? My friends were like, no, this is not a party. Oh yeah, I let it dry a little bit before I start blending. So they're like, no, this is a kickback, not a party. It took me a while to get the hang of a kickback and a party, but it was fun. My first kickback was with ASA. So it wasn't an official ASA kickback. It was just ASA members at a kickback. So I just called it the ASA kickback. So at the kickback, a fight broke out. It was tremendously funny. Because I was like, because when you're in high school, they tell you fight at college, you don't get detention, you don't get like regular suspension, like they're gonna throw you out of school. So I'm over here like, ooh, I'm over here like, okay, they're about to throw some people out. It's about to get crazy up in here. I'm the type of person who gets my work done. Like, no matter what, I will get my work done. Like, before the weekend, I always got my work done. So I always like, okay, I had time. Let me go. Let's go. Anytime my friends are like, oh, there's a kickback happening here. Do you want to go? I'm always like, oh, yeah, I'm down. I am down for that. Like, yeah, no problem. And I would go to the kickback because my work was already done. And the one thing that I was forgetting to do is, it's not enough to just do your work. You have to study your work too. And that later came around and beat me in the butt. And my first semester, I would go to like any kickback that was going on. As long as my work was done, I was there. Like, you couldn't stop me from going. I skated through first semester. I made all A's and one tiny C. And that brought my grade down. I was like, okay, you know what? This is a 4.0 semester. 3.8 at the least. Nobody can stop me. And then I was taking 5 classes. I got that A, that A, that A, that A. I was like, I got this in the bag. And then I got that C, and I was like, how bad could it be? Well, I ended my first semester with a 3.5. I was like, because of one C, one freaking C, are you kidding me? Because in high school, your grade don't drop like all A's, like, you're good. But that's not the way it works in college. One C can bring you down like... So I was actually very pissed off. And then I made myself a promise, no partying till, you know, I would not do as much parties as I did my first semester. And I actually kept my promise. So my first semester was gone. I had attended the parties. I did all that. I went on Christmas break. And that was like, I don't know. My 13 hours was done. I was tremendously happy. I was like, 13 hours, that's nothing. So my next semester, I picked my classes. And at PV, your freshman year, you're supposed to have 30 hours of... I'm sorry, I just really like the blend because I don't want it looking shafty. So you have to have 30 hours, 30 credit hours as to become a sophomore. And I only had 13 hours. That means I needed 17 the next semester to make it 30. So I decided that's what I was going to do. I was going to take 17 hours. How hard could that be? That's like 5-6 classes. I was like, I took 5 classes. I took 5 classes my last semester, and that was a breeze. So I'm going to do 5 classes again. So when I got back on campus, I unfortunately couldn't get my 17 hours. So I went up to my advisor and I was like, I can't afford to be behind. I cannot afford to be behind and do all this and not go to nursing school on time because of 1 class or 2. So I was like, I need to take 17 hours. So my advisor, the one thing about PV advisor, they're very dedicated if you talk to them. I wasn't as close with my advisor as I wish that I could have been. Sorry, excuse me. When I told her that I wanted my 17 hours, she was like, okay, baby, we got you. We can get you that 17 hours. And I was over here with my head ass like, oh yeah, let's do it. Yeah, 17 hours. I knocked this out easy because all A's last semester, baby, I got this in the bag. No, I didn't. I did not get this in the bag. The bag was too big for me to carry. So I'm going to move on with my powder. I usually use loose powder, but this loose powder gets my nerves. I'm going to try it. Maybe, I'll try it and somebody can tell me what I'm doing wrong, because this powder gets on my freaking nerves. I'm going to use the back of my beauty blender and blend it in. It just leaves a residue that I don't really like. But let's try it out. So I was like, I got this in the bag, like nobody can stop me. I'm about to, do this thing and just get it popping. I did not. The bag was too heavy for me to carry. So I started my classes. I had five face-to-face class, and I had one online class. I was like, that's not bad. Now, mind you, I was taking anatomy and physiology my freshman year. And if anybody that's taking anatomy and physiology, that class has a mind of its own. Like, you cannot joke around with that class. It's just, that class just had me. So I was taking that class. I love that class. And then I was taking history. Now, the history, you would think history would be easy. You could just skate through history. The professor that I had, the course itself wasn't the problem. The professor was cool and whatever, but he wasn't playing with his grades. Like, the man was not playing with his grades, so I just couldn't skate by the way I did for semester. So I took the class. I was doing well. And then in anatomy and physiology, I was doing tremendously too. And then I noticed that my grades started to drop in most of my classes. And I was trying to play catch up. My class, I started having 1A in my psychology class because it was online, and you could just do what you have to do for online classes and just get it done. But the rest of my classes, I was getting B's and C's, and I'm not the type. In high school, I did get B's and C's, but I changed it around my junior year and started getting A's. So I wasn't the type of kid to get B's or just like C's. I had B's, never like C's, like straight C's, like in more than one class. I'm going to use a white, like a lighter color. I wasn't the type of kid to get like straight C's, and that started to worry me. So I stopped going. I went to 2 kickbacks before like classes started getting serious. And then after I started getting like a lower grade, I was like, okay. I stopped going to kickbacks. I started like studying heftily. Started asking for help, just going to tutorials, doing what I had to do. And mind you, during this time, I'm still balancing all my 3 organizations. And I swear to God, sorry God, it was by the grace of the Lord that I serve. Everything was just driving me nuts. I was doing all of this. My grades were suffering. And I was just like, I was this close to be like, I'm done with this. And then I took my midterms. My midterms last semester in all my classes, even the one that I didn't do so good in, I got A's. I got 3 A's, 1 B, and 2 B's. So my 5 classes. And that was good. But my second semester for my midterm, I had 2 A's 2 B's, 1 C, and 1 D. And I was like, what? Excuse me, come again? Like, you have to be joking. No, that wasn't joking. And then I got an email. I got an email from my advisor, and she was like, okay, you have a D. Let's talk about it. And I feel like that let's talk about it right there was my wake-up call. We're gonna pause for a second. So I just bought this new palette. It's not a brand name. It's from BH Cosmetics. I don't know if it's a brand name. So I just got all this new colors. I love to play with colors. Yee! It's so pretty. And I'll just get a so what was I saying? So after my midterm, that was like a wake-up call for me to get my stuff together and just like, you know, and just like get my stuff together and get it done. So after that email, I started working really hard, and luckily I didn't have to go back to school because of COVID-19, because I think that would have freaking destroyed me. So I started studying at home. At first I thought studying at home would have been hard, but it was actually quite easy. I would put myself in my room. My grades started going up. The only grade that I couldn't salvage was my math grade. I was so far gone in math that like I couldn't salvage math. I was getting scared. I was like, this is my first year. This is my first year of college. I shouldn't be failing any classes. Like, none of my friends were like, oh, sorry, I didn't even make this grade. I was like really scared. My anatomy grade, I had a D when I came home for my first semester, and my grade, like a low D, like a DD. But to it, when I was home, my grades started going up. I started studying more. It was just the grace of God. I started studying more, and my grades were finally like coming together. It was one of the prettiest thing I've ever seen. So I know it looks weird right now. Give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. This is the final look. I just put some setting spray. It's not looking too shabby, but so I'm back. So I had to put on this very dramatic lashes to cover up my mistakes. So I put on my finishing powder, or my compact powder, and now it's time for highlighter. I like this little one. It's from e.l.f. It has the little brown bronzer, the little gold, rose gold, and then it has the gold one. Ooh, these lashes are acting up. Okay, so now I'm going to start with the bronzer, the little one at the bottom, and just put it all over. Just gonna put you can see it's already showing. I'm a glitter crazy. Okay, yeah, I'm glitter crazy, but we're gonna fix that. I like the gold like very much. Like I love the gold. That's why sometimes I have to be careful, like when I go to parties and stuff, that I'm not doing too much. So now I'm gonna line my lips, and I'm going to put some gloss. So I know that's not what you're expecting, but now that I have this like smoky maroon look going on. I think that's what I'm going to do. So here's another trick that I have learned is you get your concealer. This is the first concealer I use. You can use any concealer. A concealer that's lighter. You put it in the middle of your lips. And then just pat it down. You want to put more, put more. I think that's good. And then you put a lip gloss over it. I'm sorry, I really can't see. That's why I keep moving up. I am as blind as a bat and the lashes are not helping. So it gives you that nudish color. Man, that highlight on my that's what I'm really focusing on. So yeah, that's the finished look. Oh, I'm gonna go put on my wig and I'll be right back. So I'm back with the wig, and this is what I usually do. I usually put like blue eyeshadow under my eye. It's kind of like a signature look, but I'm not going to do it this time because I think the video is already too long. But yeah, that's it. So I really just want to say that I wish everybody that's thinking of coming to PV or who's actually already at PV luck, because it's not the school that we're all, it's not the school, but it's the education. That's what really matters. The school is just like a decoration, and I would say in anything that you do, put it up to God and He will see you through. And I give God all the glory. And it's a wrap, y'all. I'll see you guys on the next video.